Hi friends, I'm here with a new video and this video is about how cyclones are named. There are a lot of cyclones happening across Indian Ocean, in Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, in other oceans also. We have talked about Taukte cyclone during the last video. This video is about how cyclones are named. Okay, so let us see how cyclones are named in this video. List of cyclones that hit India. These are the cyclones which have hit India during the last 10 years. Taukte, Varda, Neelam, Hudhud, Oki, Amphan, Fani, Titli, Gaja, etc. Okay. This is a map of India. So by this map, I aim at explaining which all cyclones happen at which ocean. In Arabian Sea, Taukte, Kyar, Maha. So it affected the western coast of India. In Bay of Bengal, Hudhud, Neelam, Amphan, Gaja, Fani. So these are the main five to eight cyclones which happened during the last 10 years. So these happened in both the oceans, mainly in the eastern coast of India. So how naming is done? So let's see the names of these are the names of cyclones which have affected the northern Indian Ocean and the contributors, the countries which contributed towards the this naming is listed here: Bangladesh, India, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Thailand. So these eight Indian Ocean countries provide the list of the Indian Ocean cyclones. So all the list names are listed here. So Oki, no Oki, see Oki is there. So let's see, I will open the laser pointer. Oki, then Titli, Bulbul, Udhud. So Udhud is a name which is contributed by Oman, and the Indian names Agni, Agash, Bijli, Jal, Lehar, Meet, Sagar, Vayu. All these are Indian names. Bangladesh's name is Fani, Oki. All these are Bangladesh names. So this is how eight Indian Ocean countries contributes the name of the cyclone. Now we go to the next slide. So, IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, recently released a list of 169 names of future tropical cyclones. So, this is how the naming is done. Indian Meteorology Department has released a list of 169 tropical cyclones. Cyclones that form in every basin across the world are named by regional specialized meteorological centers. RSMNCs, which are regional specialized meteorological centers, and tropical cyclone warning centers are the bodies which name the cyclones which forming in that particular ocean basin. So there are six RSMCs in the world. This is a possible question. How many RSMCs are there in the world? Six. Including Indian Meteorological Department. So IMD is an RSMC and five tropical cyclone warning centers. As an RSMC, IMD names cyclones developing over North Indian Ocean, including Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So RSMC's jurisdiction includes Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea after following a standard procedure. So IMD is also mandated to issue advices to 12 other countries in the region on the development of cyclones and storms. So in India, or including India, there are 12 other countries. So the total 13 countries which comes under the jurisdiction of RSMCs. So last slide we have seen eight countries in the North Indian Ocean which contributes towards the names of cyclones happening in the North Indian Ocean. So next one is the rapid intensification of tropical cyclones is generally associated with a strong warming rate above I volt. Okay, this is an important point. So what is an I volt? In the if the this is the center of the tropical cyclone, so cyclone develops like this. So it's like a cylinder. So the center portion is called I volt. I Y E. So the rapid intensification of tropical cyclones generates the warming rate above the eye wall. So if the temperature in the eye wall region is very high, the intensification of the tropical cyclone will be to a greater extent. So it extends to the stratosphere also. We know troposphere, stratosphere are the cloud levels. So that particular cyclone extends to the stratosphere. Okay. Advantage of naming dragon. Why there is needed a name? So before the naming of the cyclones were identified using the latitude and the longitude. So that particular cyclone which happens in that longitude or latitude. This was the way to identify a tropical cyclone. But that was a difficult process because every time we need to mention the difficult jargons that will be used. Also, it is very tough to identify which cyclone in which place. So, to avoid that, we started naming tropical cyclones, and also what are the advantages? Help identify. So, this is the main point because it helps us to identify each individual tropical cyclone. Now we can know that Amphan is in the eastern side of eastern coast of India, Tauktae in the western coast. So it's very much easy to identify. Second one is facilitate disaster risk awareness, preparedness, management, and protection. So when there is a name, we can since there is an like, sort of identification, it makes us easy to have disaster risk awareness, preparedness, etc. Avoid confusion. Since there are a lot of cyclones happening these days, it helps us to avoid the confusion. Easier for media, like the second point only. Like it, so it's like the second point, it is easier to add media for reporting and heightens the interest of warnings and increases community preparedness. So, so the fifth one already mentioned. Since we are, it's easier and less confusing to say cyclone Italy than to remember the storm's number. Okay, exchanging detailed storm information. So these are the advantages.